Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Return to Lordran, episode 11. Dark Souls on PC. I'm Fox with FoxeoGames, or you may be watching this on VidMe, in which case I'm Fox with FoxeoGames. If you're watching, you're going to hear some dogs barking in the background. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing it on my Let's Play channel, Foxeo Plays. Oh, and that's me sipping the drink of the day, which happens to be hot coffee, black. When last we left off, I died to Nito because I got a little careless. So, oh crap. Let's see if we can find... Shoot. Let's see if I can find my way straight there without... Oh, I think I've already... Yeah, I've already gone the wrong way. Darn it. Hang on. Last time I went straight there. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's where I go wrong sometimes. I don't go down this ledge. Gotta go down. And then there's probably even a faster way to do this, but to be safe, I'm just following this little path. Roll down here. And then keep going here. Somebody fell off the ledge, giving me some free souls. Don't have to worry about what's-his-face invading. We've already killed him, plus we're not in human form anyway. We call it human form, but it's really... I don't think that's even a totally accurate term. Because it's not so much that you're human versus inhuman, it's that you have your humanity versus not having your humanity. Some people say it's the same thing, but I don't think it is. Not exactly, at least. Alright, so this is Dark Souls on PC, guys. I changed the stats to be in the lower left, and I made them this kind of cyan color. Because that worked better when I was live streaming Zelda Breath of the Wild. And you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Zelda Breath of the Wild, that's not on PC. No, it's not, but guess what? I was playing it on my PC through an emulator, CEMU, C-E-M-U, the emulator. Zelda Breath of the Wild is completely playable with very few bugs or glitches. Very few. I only encountered like 2 very minor ones, not even affecting gameplay. And I had a great time. I was playing in much higher quality than the original game. Wow, hang on. This is, whew. The volume is too loud. Let me Alt-Tab out real quick. You're not going to hear the game audio for just a second, and I got to bring the game audio down to a more reasonable level. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that little technical issue there. We are going to take a quick drink when we land. And then we're going to use the charcoal pine resin. So let's do this. Drink, 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 drink. And fire it up. And roll. Oh shoot, what happened? What happened? What the heck? What happened? What happened? Oh, it wigged out. He grabbed me and I went... Oh, and I'm stuck. Unbelievable. Oh, I couldn't get to my Estus in time, darn it. Well, that doesn't count. That literally does not count. That is the game screwing up, not me. I gave the correct inputs. The game just failed to obey them. So, yeah. That wigged out big time. Can I just jump down right there? No, so I'm glad I didn't. That would have been death. Oh, hi. Alright. I think, yeah, you can jump down here, 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 and good to go. Alright. Got it, got it, got it. Every time I come down here, it seems like I have to kind of relearn how to handle that area. It's all about the darkness. If the area were totally lit up, I think I would just have it down pat by now. A little more of the hot black coffee. I can't believe I'm having so much trouble with Nito. Usually I kill him the first time. Interesting. Whatever, not a big deal either way. You can just walk right by it. If you actually know the timings on enemies in this game, you can kind of just walk your way through a lot of it. You can make the game look like it's just a piece of cake when it's really not. That's just your expertise shining through. Because if someone else were to try the same thing not knowing the proper timings, they would die quickly and repeatedly. Alright, I'm gonna burn up all of my charcoal pine resin. Get it? Burn up all of my charcoal? Burn up. Okay. Oh, I need Estus. Okay, let's get back in there with two-handing. Oh crap. I sat there right in the middle of it. I didn't realize what was happening while I was fighting there. My bad. But that's okay. And that is usually how the fight goes, right there. That is usually how the Nito fight goes. Okay. It finally went the right way. But you know what the good news is? Because I died and the area had to reload, we have the Paladin set right here. Oh, one of them dropped their Falchion or Falcon or however it's been. Am I even going to be able to get my souls? Look at that. I can't even get the souls. Isn't that ridiculous? Whatever. It doesn't matter now. It's gone. No use crying over spilt milk. The reason they used to have that phrase, no use crying over spilt milk, is, oh, it's good coffee. Milk was delivered by the milkman in these glass jars. And, you know, people didn't have standard, just regular refrigerators. They had ice boxes, but not refrigerators, and you couldn't just drive up to the local store and get milk. So if you happened to spill it, then you were just kind of out of it until the next rotation of the milk guy coming through. So that's why it was considered a big deal if you dropped the milk or spilled it. It was just gone at that point, and you had to go without until the guy came back. The phrase made sense at one point. Doesn't make sense so much anymore. We'll get a little more health. Not that we really need it that much. Let's see. What else can we do? Can we reinforce our shield yet? No, we still haven't gotten more of the large titanite shards. That's weird. I haven't gotten even one more yet. We've been waiting all this time. Alright, so we've handled the catacombs, Tomb of the Giants, Nito. We've handled... You know what? Duke's Archives is, I think, all that's left, right? I think. Yeah. We did Nito. We did the Four Kings. We haven't done... shoot, what's his name? The Duke. I can't even think of it. I can't believe I... Seath the Scaleless. And then there's one more. I can't even think of it. This is how much I have forgotten of Dark Souls. It's been so long. Nito, the Four Kings, Seath the Scaleless, and... Izalith. Okay, yeah, we do have to do Izalith as well. I always do that one last for some reason. And Orlando it is. Whoops. And Orlando. The Armor of Thorns. That's a good set if you like to roll around and injure people. Alright. 5 Estus Flasks will be perfect for now. How many times have we been to the Duke's Archives and not completed them? I think we went there several different times. Went there the first time looking for the pendant, but yet forgot to free... what's-her-face? I'm forgetting everyone's names. Dusk. We forgot to free Dusk first, so then we had to go free Dusk and then come back. And then I think we actually came back a third time, but then I changed my mind for some reason and went somewhere else. Oh yeah, we changed our mind because we went back to get the very large ember. So, yeah, this will be our 4th time starting into the Duke's Archives. Not bad. I talked about this a little bit in my live stream of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Emulated on the PC at 1080p, 60 frames per second, up to. You don't usually hit 60 outside of shrines because it's a very demanding game to emulate. But I talked about how I want to do a Fox Thoughts video on fully voiced dialogue in RPGs. I'm not sure if I've even talked about this in this playthrough yet. Shoot. I hope I'm not treading the same ground over again. But if I am, I am. But basically... I personally feel that having fully voiced characters, all the characters be fully voiced in an RPG, has hurt RPGs more than it's helped them. And the way to show that is to look at a game like Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall, Or even the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Morrowind only had a few voiced characters, and not even all of their lines were voiced. If you look at Daggerfall, you'll see that most of the characters have tons of text, just loads of text. Now, not all of it is original, not all of it is interesting, but they all, just about everyone has a lot to say. And a lot of it's repetitive, like they just sort of copy-pasted from other people. Like you can ask everyone where the bank is or where the guild is, and most of it's copy-pasted. But, you know, you've got other games like Chrono Cross, which was able to use the same phrase and then have an algorithm or just a function in there that converted the language over to that character's, you know, unique dialect. Like, for example, the phrase might be, hey, how are you? Or how are you doing? Or whatever. And one character might say, like, hey, what's up? Or another character might be like, top of the morning to your, I don't know, whatever. You know, they would all have little different dialects and phrases that they said. And you could do that. You could instantly convert it in text form because they would just set up a couple rules. Like maybe hi would become hey, or hey would become yo, or, you know, something like that. Just simple rules like that that allowed them to take a small amount of text and make it seem like a lot of unique text. And as long as it feels unique, it's unique. That's all that really matters. I mean, once you learn how it works, you start to see some of that. But at the same time, when you look back on older RPGs, especially computer role-playing games, look at like Planescape Torment. These, you know, especially your isometric, you know, party-based RPGs, these games had not just pages and pages and pages of text like modern games do, which is fully voiced. These games have just books full. Oh crap, I can't believe I did that. I'm having a lot more trouble in this playthrough than in previous. But games like Planescape Torment, Baldur's Gate, whatnot, I know for sure Planescape Torment had books, entire novels with an S worth of dialogue in them. In fact, I think they said there's one game, and I can't remember which one, had more text in the game than I think like the entire Lord of the Rings series, including The Hobbit. So, you know, it's something to think about. That's a lot of text. Now, if you were to do that in a modern game, well, you got to voice pretty much all of it. And voice work is expensive. It's difficult. You know, it requires a lot of effort. Not only that, but, you know, you got to hire more and more of these actors. So you ran into the problem with Oblivion, where it felt like, you know, 5 characters were voicing everyone in the game. So you'd meet this relatively unimportant character, talk to him for a bit, then you'd meet an important character, and he'd sound the same as the unimportant character. Like, you started to realize that they were the same characters. And then you'd meet another character, and you'd be like, oh, this is the same voice actor as these other 2 characters. He's just trying to change his voice a little. But you could tell it was the same guy. You know, it'd be like me pretending to be a character going, I am the knight from the castle. And then I'd turn around and go, I am the orc. You know, you can see through it. You can tell it's the same guy doing different voices. And, you know, these guys weren't even necessarily good at doing different voices. You know, if you could probably get a guy like Jim Carrey who could do different voices pretty well, or any of these others. Some of the comedians who can, you know, make different voices sound like different voices. But most of the characters who voiced, or most of the actors who voiced people in Oblivion, characters in Oblivion, no, they couldn't disguise their voice. They sounded like the same character, trying to sound like someone else. So, because they had to have fully voiced audio, and because of the limitations in getting voice actors and paying them and all that jazz, and because of the limitations of, oops, we recorded all the audio for the voice actors already, but now we need to go back and change some stuff in the story, but we can't change the voice acting, so now we're a little bit stuck. That stuff happens too, where it actually damages the storyline and lore because of it. Because of all that, it's cost prohibitive to have a lot of voice dialogue in an RPG nowadays. So therefore, it's cost prohibitive to have a lot of dialogue at all. And what that means is that most modern games that have voice dialogue simply have less dialogue than older games. So we're getting by with less now, not more or less. Now, I'm not to say that more of everything is always better. I mean, Daggerfall had a ginormous game world, but most of it was completely boring and lame and had absolutely nothing. It was just wandering through fields of randomly generated trees and rocks. But in the case of dialogue, written dialogue can be very, very interesting. Can add a lot to the game. And if you require that all the characters be voiced, it's just going to mean that there are going to be either fewer characters, or the characters say less, or both. Fewer characters and they say less, which is the case, really, in games like Oblivion and Skyrim, where it just... Go and compare it to Planescape Torment. That's all I have to say. Planescape Torment, you can meet relatively unimportant characters that have just pages worth of stuff to say to you. And not only that, but your character has like 7 options of how to start the conversation. And then when you get deeper into the conversation, more new options pop up. You know, there's a lot to it. It was complex, there was a lot going on there, and you really felt like you were more involved in the story versus with, say, Oblivion, where you'll walk in and an important character that you're supposed to talk to, you'll be able to ask them 3 things. Like, literally 3 things. So, it's a limitation, in my opinion, to have fully voiced dialogue, unfortunately. I hope I'm doing this right. I can't even remember the order to tackle this place. I love not knowing it as well as I used to. I don't remember getting to this area so quickly, but that's fine. We'll work with it. So, but here's the other problem I talked about in the live stream. Can you go back to not having fully voiced dialogue? Like, would you accept the next Elder Scrolls when half of the characters are just text only when they talk? Let me honestly, could you handle that? I think most people, that would be the biggest complaint you would see. It's, oh, how come the characters aren't voiced? Half the characters are just text. Their mouth is moving, but there's no voice. It's just, you have to read the text. So it's like oh my gosh. That was like a player just waiting and baiting me in. And then swinging away right as I hit the ground. Yeah, so that's, wow, I don't remember having this much trouble with this guy. What the heck? Since when is this guy this good? I don't remember this being the case ever. This is so weird. I don't remember having this much trouble. There we go. Wow, I virtually never had trouble with that guy. And he nearly killed me twice. Almost 3 times, really. Depending on how you look at it. Still haven't gotten a large Titanite shard. Unbelievable. I'm just not going to get one, am I? Okay, 14,875. You know what? I am going to use the ring, because I can't imagine any other scenario where I'm going to use it. I just don't use the Ring of Sacrifice much, so let's go ahead and blow it on this. I can imagine the frustration you would have here, like, what the heck am I supposed to do? I can't even hit him. What do I do? Oh no, I'm gonna die. What do I do? Oh wait, no, don't get cursed. That's the one thing you gotta be careful of here. You gotta make sure you don't get cursed in the process. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna replace the ring. Glad it reminded me, I might have forgotten. Until I started medium rolling. That's an instant reminder of the Havel's ring that's not on. Okay. Well, let's see. Obviously we can't level up. We'll just kind of use as much of, or as many of our souls as we can right there. And then, did I happen to get a large? No. Unbelievable. I can't believe I'm going all this long without another large Titanite. Should we reverse Halloween? Nah, I think we can get by with 5 Estus Flasks. And we are out. Now here comes the really, really, really loud noise. What the heck? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, here we go. Come on. These guys will just come back down at me, so I like to try to get them up here while I can. Oh, come on. Can you believe you got up there? You're not going to make it away from me. There we go. What the heck? Perfect. They do drop the Man Serpent Greatsword, which is a excellent strength weapon, and aside from being a little too short, is the closest thing to Cloud's weapon in Final Fantasy VII, which I can't. What was it called? Not the Stormbreaker. I don't remember what his weapon's called, but Cloud's sword in Final Fantasy VII. That's the closest thing that you can get in this game, in my opinion, in terms of the aesthetic look. If it were longer, yeah, it would definitely look like Cloud's. It's on the tip of my tongue what it's called. I can't remember. You guys will post it in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, whatever. I don't need to worry about them. I like being able to one-shot all these guys. They can drop humanity as well. Some people said they have a high drop rate. I don't think so. I've gotten a few humanities from them from time to time, but not enough for me to consider it a high drop rate necessarily. I think there are better places to farm it. Oh, crap. I thought I'd be able to roll out in time. Obviously, I was... Oh, wow. Look at that. Am I going to get stuck? No. Okay. See, I killed all of them, except for in there, and not a single one of them dropped a humanity for me. And I do believe you can backstab them, which some people say is an indication that these things used to be human. Because, you know, you can really only backstab humanoids in the game, which I think is an interesting lore point. And if we want that for more Estus Flask charges, we could come back with the key, but you have to be a little dedicated because you got to do some backtracking. Keep forgetting there's no way to speed up moving up ladders in Dark Souls, but at least it's not as slow as Demon Souls. Now this is a spot where sometimes I get killed because it's possible to aggro both of these guys while getting hit by the lightning dude. Yeah, like see right there, I almost died. I very, very carefully avoided death there. What I like to do is make a mad dash for the lightning guy so that I don't get shot from behind. And lightning guy dies faster. Less health. Is it a one-shot? It is a one-shot, isn't it? Thanks to the Baldur Side Sword, it's a one-shot. You know, who would keep the key to a door and a treasure chest? That does seem awkward, doesn't it? Like, in real life that would be weird, but in video game logic it makes sense. You keep the key to a door and a treasure chest in the other part of the same area. Of course, you know, from a realistic perspective, seems completely illogical. Video game logic. But you know what? That's fine. I see a lot of criticism nowadays of video games, especially from the left-wing gaming press or media. We really should stop referring to them as journalists, because they're not. Not only do they not have journalism degrees, which I don't think you need to be a journalist, not only do they not have that, but they don't follow the ethics of journalism at all. They just don't. So I think we should refer to them for what they are, bloggers. You know, Kotaku, Polygon, Rock Paper, Crap Gun, Craptaku, I should call them. All those sites like Gamasutra, whatnot. They're just bloggers. And in many cases, they're actually rebloggers. Like most of the Kotaku... I used to read Kotaku regularly. Shortly before the Gamergate debacle exposed them for what they were, and I just really, you know, I started to dislike them after a while because I noticed they had a lot of crappy left-wing lunacy articles that they were posting. Just absolute junk, garbage, nonsense that was only at best tangentially related to gaming and sometimes just seemed almost completely unrelated. You got a bunch of bloggers who would rather be blogging about something more important, but instead, for whatever reason, are in the gaming press, as we call it, barely making ends meet. They're barely able to pay their 1/3 of the rent with their other 2 roommates in their little San Francisco flats. You know, they call them flats because that sounds cool. It's just an apartment, but we'll call it a flat like they do in the UK. You know, they're overpriced, tiny, cramped San Francisco apartments with their multiple roommates because they can't even afford it by themselves on their measly salaries. And, you know, it's not to say that... And the reason I criticize that is because they like to present themselves as being something big and important when really, you know, they're barely scraping by in a city where everything's overpriced and everything is ultra left-wing crazy liberal lunacy, you know what I mean? And of course they pay a heavy price to be there. I'm so glad he did that dance. Usually I can't kill him right away like that. So that was good. That made it easier for me. These guys can do so much damage with those arrows. Hate that it takes 4 shots. I should use more of the stabby R2s on those guys. Stabby R2s are effective. Look at that, 1-shot stabby R2. That's effective. That's about as effective as it gets. Alright. Well, hello there. You're dead. Yeah, so I stopped reading Kotaku, Polygon, Gama Sutra, Self-Destructoid, all those, you know, gossip rags, those garbage blogs. And I put them all on a browser extension called GG Blocker. Actually, they come by default on there. It blocks them by default. And what that does is make sure that if there's a link anywhere that I click that I don't realize is going to one of those sites, it auto blocks it. So a lot of times like links are shortened like to the bit.ly, the bit.ly, or you know, shortened Twitter links, so you don't really know what you're clicking on until you click on it. That way if I accidentally click on say a Self-Destructoid site or Craptaku or Rock Paper Crap Gun or any of those other garbage sites, it'll automatically just redirect to an archive of it, and if there is no archive, it'll just redirect and say there's no archive. And you know, that's important because a lot of people say, well, you know, what does it really matter? Can't you just like block the ads with ad block or something like that? I'm like, you can, but each and every visit to the site benefits the site, because even if you visit the site with ad block on and privacy badger and blocking all the tracking and all that jazz, why did I not go kill him? I don't know, whatever. I have a feeling like I did something backwards there. That just didn't feel like it normally did. It doesn't matter, who cares? I can't believe I didn't block that. I thought I had it blocked. Even if you use all the tracking blockers and ad blockers and whatnot, by simply visiting the site, you're actually giving them visibility. You're increasing their ranking. What the heck? There's no way he should be able to shoot at that strong of an angle. You can't. Players can't do that. And so, you know, sites are ranked in the Alexa or Alexis ranking. I can't remember what it's called. So the more visits a site gets, the higher it goes up in rankings, the higher it goes up in Google rankings as well. So, you know, sites benefit from simply you just clicking and loading the page. They benefit from that. It shows page loads, you know, increases the ranking. So I don't even want to do that. You know, I don't even want them to get my visit, my click. All right. Trying to remember how to do all this. Where do we go now? Oh yeah, over here. I guess we should probably make the trek back with the key to upgrade our Estus Flask. We don't need to, but it would be nice to have, you know, more healing, obviously. Probably not necessary. Some playthroughs I skip it, some playthroughs I go back and get it. It just depends on how I'm feeling most of the time. The channeler set. I've thought about doing a channeler playthrough, like a playthrough as a channeler, and using magic, wearing the channeler set and using a trident. Might be interesting. There we go. Killed him before he could even get up. I think that's the crystal. No, enchanted falchion. Okay, and the crystal thingy's back here. Sort of semi-hidden. This is my favorite kind of hidden. Not like super hidden to where it's almost impossible to find without searching every nook and cranny, but hidden in such a way where you can kind of easily see it. Is this going to be the quickest way to get back up? See, I don't even know it. Shoot. You know what? I'm going to skip that. I can't believe I just got hit again right there. We'll go ahead and skip it. We're not going to go all the way back for the... I almost said Estus Flash Shard. For the Firekeeper's Soul. We're not going to worry about it. Grab some Prism Stones. Those come in handy if you don't know what you're doing up here. And you take less damage if you roll off that side. It's, you know, you're closer to the ground right there. We're going to try to get through here without getting slammed. And push onward. My goal is to have Seath down before the end of this episode, and that should not be difficult. I will occasionally die to Seath, but again, usually the Seath fight goes the way Nito usually goes, but didn't go this time. Like, it usually goes, my first try, kill him, no problem. No real difficulty. But, you never know. As you saw there, you know, Nito, I think I died to him, what, 1, 2, 3... Did I die to him 3 times? At least twice. I think maybe 3 times. Although one of those times didn't count. Because I got stuck in the environment. That's the game's fault. You don't want to mess with those butterflies. They're deadly. Path ahead. I think that path is rather large, so you don't fall off it. This, though, as you move forward here, you notice that your character will begin slipping downward. Uh-oh. There. Oh, crap. I thought I had him on that one. There we go. Okay. I misjudged by 1 shot. There we go. Watch this. You just... Yep, it's right there. You just begin slipping down. First few times I did it, I began panicking, thinking that I was going to slide off and die. I'm winging it here. I'm just kind of running it. Taking my chances. Okay. And this area is a good area to... you can farm something off these guys. Twinkling, that's what you can farm off of them. It's pretty easy to farm Twinkling Titanite off of them. You know what? I've only got 4 Estus Flask. Wow. How did that happen? Why did I let that happen, guys? Only 4 Estus Flasks going into this boss fight. We should be okay, though. We'll see how it goes. A couple of those clams might make it in here, but we'll either kill them while Seath is here, or we'll let Seath kill them. The way only Seath can. Why did I do that? Hang on. Oh, why did I think I had to run behind him? Oh, crap. I didn't get out of the way in time. There we go. That was my bad. And you know what? Let's use something I almost never use. Divine Blessing. I virtually never use it. Let's get some good shots in here. What the heck? Come on, only 1 shot before he attacks back? Oh, he destroyed the thingamajigger. That's good. Yeah, I'm not usually limited to 1 shot before he doesn't attack. That was weird. You gotta bait him into an attack, and then you get out of the way before it hits you. That's what I realized. Crap. Although I don't perfectly... Oh, shoot. Remember how to do it right now. I'm kind of fumbling my way through this. Shoot. I was right in the middle of it. I should still be okay, though. Ooh, major frame rate drops. Okay, I should be safe here, but we'll see. And done. Not bad. That's how it normally goes, except I'm a little more graceful in being able to bait and dodge the attacks. I kind of forgot the range and depth in terms of how close to beat him. Alrighty. Let's level up, get a little more health. I'm enjoying the extra pool of health there, giving me a little leeway to make more mistakes. And with that, there are some optional bosses we haven't fought yet, but I don't think we're going to worry about them. We can head towards Lost Izalith. Yeah, let's do it. We got a little extra time. I was starting to think that I might not make it to Seath before the end of the episode, but that was no problem. Obviously, I can't get more Estus right now, but there's a bonfire right around the corner here, which I'm still probably not going to kindle because I don't need to, although I have plenty of humanity, and I'm going to finish this game with plenty of humanity, so, you know, it's just excess everything. I end up with an excess of stuff. You know, when you're new to Dark Souls, you end up desperately needing more humanity, always wanting more humanity. But right now, nah, I'm okay, more or less. Alright, so I'm going to slide down here. Always take a little damage. I don't know why. It's a slide, not a fall. But that's how it rates height and the transfer of height with your character and damage. So there are a few little issues with that. You'll notice that sometimes when you run down that rampart in Anorlando, you'll just be running down, and all of a sudden you'll see your character make a slight like dip, like they're falling just maybe a foot, and then you take damage. That again is a little glitch in the geometry. Lot of criticism of this boss. I usually can't get the boss to do that thing where they jump on the ledge and you attack and make them fall. I don't know how to do that. I've tried it several times. I don't know if I've ever managed to do it. So instead, I just do the system where I run through the crevice here and hit his arm when he attacks, which seems to work for me pretty well. It's the system I use. Let's see here. The composite bow. And the large arrow. Ah, the feather arrow. Let's use the feather arrow. Can I... Oh, I can keep the bow equipped for the moment. Alrighty. Gotta run for it. I always get hit by this... Yeah, that right there. I always get hit by that first shot. So, I think good criticism of the fact that there do seem to be some unavoidable attacks here. And the only two methods for killing him are both kind of cheap and strange and just almost... They both kind of feel like you're glitching the boss out or cheesing him. Neither one really feels right in my opinion. Hello, dude, I'm right here. Now I gotta remember how far back to go. Yeah, right there, okay. You can hit him, yeah, and then in this case you gotta like slightly hit him through the thingy, like his arm goes through it. So it's just sort of weird. And you can stab him right through that as well. Darn it. It's gonna take longer than I thought. I'm gonna be able to get 3. Oh, shoot, I could have gotten the 4th one right there. No, 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 don't. No, get back here. Come here, you idiot. What are you doing? You dumb moron, come on. One, 2, 3. Nah, I can't get a 4th one now. No, because I hit that and I bounced off. Wasted some time. Oh, come on. Got him now. Done. Easy mode. You can actually run here fairly early in the game. Just kill him real quick to get yourself a bunch of souls to power up your character. It is actually... I think it's recommended by several people on YouTube that have videos about how to like overpower your character from the start of the game. Alright. 20,000 souls near the beginning of the game will be... that'll be a big difference in terms of levels. At this point in the game, it's nothing. I mean, I can't even get a single level off 20,000 souls, but... early on, that's a lot of souls. This place is interesting looking, although it suffers from very... I don't know what's wrong with the textures. They're not plain, but something about them just looks like... They almost look like those low-res, you know, smartphone game textures upscaled to 1080p. You know what I'm talking about. They look okay, but just they seem like they're stretched beyond what they were intended for. Alright. You have to fight your way through all those. Well, you don't have to, but I guess that's what's intended to get the... what's the red? Whatever you need to make fire weapons. Which I almost never make. And another criticism of the game, a lot of people criticize the fact that they reuse boss characters as normal enemies. And I would agree with that criticism. Boss characters should be special in that they're unique. Reusing them makes them feel less special and obviously not unique. Alright. We're not in human form, so Knight Kirk will not be invading us here, which is all the better. I don't really need his gear. Although I used to PvP in a full Knight Kirk outfit with the sword and shield as well. This guy's got some good combos on him. Oh, wow. I can't believe I dodged that. Not gonna die. Oh, I dodged that one too. Didn't think I would either. I can two-shot these guys with one-handed R2s. And got the Demon Great Machete. That's a pretty good strength weapon, although the R2s are really delayed. Virtually unusable. There's a long delay on the R2. So that's why I don't typically use it. I don't typically like it because of that delay. There we go. Misjudged the distance on this from time to time. Oh, got him just in time before he hit me. And this area always tanks my frame rate. You can see I'm in the 40s. Always, no matter what. It tanked my frame rate when I had far less of a graphics card. And it seems to do it roughly the same even. So, well, I mean, no, not exactly. I mean, I'm getting through it a lot better than when I had like my... I think I had a, what was it, 770? What did I have when I first played Dark Souls on PC? A GTX 770? 660 Ti? I can't remember. I think it was the GTX 770. But even going all the way up to the GTX 1080, you know, several generations and quite a bit of improvement in terms of the power of the card, still not quite getting the frame rate that you would imagine you would get. Still not... can't even get a consistent 60 here. But, you know, that's what you get when you have a game that's so poorly optimized. You know what, guys? Let's kill this worm and rest at that bonfire and call it, because we're at the end of this episode. That's going to take a while. That's going to burn up more than all the arrows that I have. But what if I do this? 30. That's still going to take up... well, you know what? I'll get his health down a little bit. And then hit him with this. How about that? Oh, crap. I can't believe that didn't hit me. Well, that did, obviously. You know what, though? We can burn our Estus here. There we go. Because we're just about to restore it. we're going to finally go back to using 10. Well, guys, I want to thank you for joining me. As always, make sure to check the video description. Depending on whether you're on VidMe or YouTube, make sure to follow my YouTube channel if you haven't already. My main channel, FoxeoGames, youtube.com/FoxeoGames. Make sure also to check out my social media accounts. Twitter is the one I mainly use. Also Gab, Minds, and Facebook. I'm also on Twitch, and I do occasionally stream, but you'll have to keep up with me on those social media sites to know when I'm going to do that. I don't have a regular schedule for streaming. I can't. I'm too busy. I have constantly changing schedule in real life, so I can't schedule anything for Twitch, unfortunately. But sometimes I post a video saying I'm going to stream tomorrow or I'm going to stream later today on my YouTube channel as well. So definitely check out those links and follow me. I really do appreciate it when you do, and I like to interact with you guys on social media. And also, please get on the new social media networks such as Gab and Minds. Make sure they grow and make sure they are contenders with Twitter and Facebook and whatnot, so that Twitter and Facebook can't censor everything according to their lunatic ideologies that they've been pushing lately. That one of the biggest dangers of social media is that so much of the internet is controlled by so few companies, and that all basically collude together to push the same ideology. Sucks, but that's reality. Hey, I'm Fox with FoxeoGames, and I will see you guys in the next edition of Return to Lordran, Dark Souls on PC. Later.